I have so many feelings.
I know. It's terrible. Totally heartbroken. Totally. It was just like the punch in the gut.
Yep.
Stab in the heart. Everything
Like
bad.
I felt it to my core when I saw that, and I was like,
it's just betraying us all.
Welcome to The Story Thinker, a Webtoons and Witcher podcast for superfans with scene-by-scene analysis. Featuring sharp co-hosts for a fuller picture, we dive deep into character psychology, relationships, and theories. We'd love it if you could like, subscribe, comment, and rate us on all podcast platforms and social media. For bonus content, you can support The Story Thinker on Patreon. Let's begin. Here we go. Hi, everyone, and welcome to episode 155 of Purple Hyacinth, Ambushed Ambusher. And I just turned off the music, so while I do that, I just want to say the music was great in this episode. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it really enhanced everything. All right, so we have Chaise and Mem, and thanks for coming, y'all. And we have I found this heartbreaking, suspenseful information confirming basically.
My dreams were shattered.
What?
Said my dreams were shattered.
Yeah, I know. I mean, we saw it coming, but it's still sad.
I was hoping that it was a red herring. I was really hoping.
Oh, well, we'll get into it. So we start out with this looks a little industrial-ish, or it's a different setting. It's certainly not Lauren's usual residential area, and it's two guys sitting outside, and there's a metal door. It seems like a more secure location, and the blonde one says, "This is going to be one hell of a night shift," and the other one says, "Don't complain, the chief asked us to be her bodyguards. We have to stay alert." And then we see Lauren inside the room. So we were wondering last time, where is Lauren? And now we know she is in this random place with guys watching her. So I was also wondering, given the fact that what she says is that Dylan, she's put there by Tristan, did she know about this whole radio setup? And is he aware that she's listening in?
I mean, I don't know.
I think, well, sorry, maybe not Tristan. No, sorry. Maybe not. Maybe he doesn't know, but definitely someone does, because she's talking. It's not like a secret. She's talking to Kim, and Kim can hear her. So, I don't know if it's only Kim who knows, but it's probably not like a total secret she's trying to keep.
I think that she probably told the people closest to her. I'm assuming at least, just judging from. They might not know where she is. They just might know that she's in hiding. You know what I mean?
Right. And I was wondering if Tristan approves of this whole eavesdropping operation.
Well, it looks like the equipment that she has is kind of old. It looks old and worn and very used. So I don't know. Maybe they gave her maybe even the police station gave her old equipment and or Kim or somebody who works there that she trusts gave her old equipment is what I'm assuming, that it's not going to be missed. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think it's supposed to be old because it's actually supposed to be in an old setting, but Purple Hyacinth is sometime in the past.
Yeah, but I mean, what I mean is the equipment itself looks used and worn. You know what I mean? It looks outdated even for them.
We could compare it to the equipment in the factory, but we will not, because we will not. But definitely the whole surrounding, we see, a view. It's got cement walls, metal racks for drying towels. It's very concrete. It's very industrial. There's a decent clock, I guess, but everything else, like you said, looks old and worn down. And she has just a metal cot, bunk bed. So not very pleasant.
The cot looks totally gross too. I was looking at the cot. I was like, oh, that looks gross. That looks gross. That looks like it was in a prison.
Well, yeah, basically. Certainly not her usual bedroom, plush attire. And she's tip-tapping her pencil. She's very nervous. She's on the phone or whatever, on the radio. And she's thinking back to Kieran telling her that it's safer for her to be away and, be in hiding. And she thinks he can't complain that I didn't listen. Tristan and Dakan were way too happy to hide me here with bodyguards. Okay, so we learned that. That's where she is. At least I get to follow the action, but I wonder where Kieran's gone. Oh my gosh, are you nervous for Kieran?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know he was gonna go somewhere. We were like last time we were like, oh my gosh, dude, like get out of the cave or get out of your apartment, like they know where you are. So I'm happy that he at least, Laura thinks he's going somewhere, because I thought he was just gonna hang out in the cave forever.
Yep,
I mean, I don't think that he... Sorry, go ahead.
Well, there was a thing where like when they met in the cave, they didn't know like 𝗙𝗪 was not there. So they had like this emotional conversation and 𝗙𝗪's just in the corner like watching, eating popcorn. But like if he is still in the cave, I don't know, maybe that's when he talks to her. But I don't know. We don't know where he is. He might not be in the cave.
Yeah. I don't think 𝗙𝗪 was in the cave, by the way, either. I think we like to pretend she was, but I don't think she actually was there yet. I mean, she will be at some point. But...
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad Kieran's presumably hiding. Sorry, ma'am.
No, I mean, I assume that he's not dumb and knows that like somebody, like he's a trained assassin. Like the man can probably hide himself super well, like even from the people who know him. He's not dumb. So I'm hoping he's somewhere safe and sound, but he also likes to get himself into trouble a lot. So who knows? We'll see.
Yeah. These people sometimes are too optimistic. So they're a little bit, they feel infallible sometimes. And anyway, so I'm happy that she's contemplating. She's remembering, what he says, that if they blackmail him with her, it will work. So it's great. She's thinking about it. She says, I can't get those words out of my head. He was so worried. Have I become a liability to him? So all that part is like emotional stuff, self-introspection. Lauren is doing some thinking about their relationship. Yes.
Finally. Nothing like absence to make the heart grow stronger, though. And worry, I guess.
Mm-hmm. And here's the interesting part. What she says next is, I think it's kind of a leap, but it's interesting. Like she's finally hitting into like, the plot that we know all along about Kieran and his life. She says, is that how he became the purple hyacinth? By doing it all for someone else until that person. So all that part, I will say, I don't know if Lauren in the story has any reason to think that, because we know about a protectee, but I don't think you mentioned a protectee. Anyway, do you guys think that Lauren has, and like, do you remember any details that Lauren knows that would make her think of that?
Yeah, kind of. In the one where she's like, when they're in the cave together, and then she's like, why did you like something like how did you even become part of the 𝗵𝗲? And he's like, oh, I'm not even sure myself. And then like she says like, why didn't you hide? And he said, I couldn't. I don't think he goes much deeper than that, but that could maybe imply like, oh, I couldn't, like there was someone there I had to be there for.
Also, like she knows him pretty well by this point, like too. Like she realizes he's not the monster he seemed to be at first. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that he actually cares quite a bit. So I guess that like knowing his personality and even hearing that what you said, Chaise, like I guess that would kind of be maybe like she kind of figured it out. Like I don't know, or at least like that's what like her brain tells her is plausible.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, I like your reasoning. Yeah, I forgot about that line. Yeah, I mean, I personally find it like satisfying that when the pieces are falling into place, like this chapter, even though it was heartbreaking, was also satisfying because it's nice to get confirmation of things that we've been thinking about, and it's nice to see characters learn, things that we know that they didn't know. And this next part, I really, really love. Here, you really, really see the thought that she's been pushing away, that she doesn't want to know, because she immediately goes from, oh, he, was blackmailed with another person, to the memory of, why are you so scared to ask for him? Scared to know how you failed, coward? Which is what she thought to herself when she didn't want to ask him about Dylan. Like she was so close. I don't remember what episode it was in, but she was so close to asking him about Dylan and she didn't. And this is what came up back then. So the fact that she, now that in her head, somewhere deep, deep down, she thinks that he knew Dylan and that Dylan is dead. Whew. That's a lot. I didn't know she had that.
Like, by the way, that panel is like super creepy, like so creepy. I was like, oh, when I read it, I was like, oh, that's kind of terrifying.
Yep, it totally is. But I'm happy because do you guys feel like relieved when things are falling into place?
Relieved, but at the same time nervous, because like when things start falling into place, that's when action starts happening more. You know, like it's not the little fluffy cute like moments and stuff like that. When things start falling in your place, you're like, oh, this is set up for turmoil the next episode. This is fantastic.
I'm fine with it. We had a decent amount of fluff. I'm fine with some action episodes right now.
It's just bad for my heart. I get really I get sucked in and I'm like, it's giving me a heart attack.
Yeah, do you guys think that Lauren will ask Kieran about Dylan anytime soon?
I think it would be more interesting if she, because like in a sense of a story, like in real life, she could just ask him if this was like a real scenario. But for the sense of a story, I feel like it would be more interesting if she found out some way. It would probably be more interesting for a reader, and for the sense of a story. So, I hope she does find out soon-ish. But I think it would be more interesting if she somehow figures it out rather than asking him directly. But I feel like asking him directly and then them emotionally connecting would also be good. I'm just thinking as a writer, because I kind of do stuff like this as well. It'd probably be more fun for a reader to find out through like a series of events rather than a conversation.
I love that. Yeah, I think that's really, really true.
Also, like, she didn't even have the opportunity to ask him anytime soon,
No.
They will be separated.
I don't know. We shall see.
Oh my gosh, I'm so terrified now of the he's dead part. There's all the people that could go be are like just running through my mind. Okay. And she admits to herself, like you see her fiddling with her pen again, and she admits, yes, I've been too scared because the answer has grown clearer by the day, but I still can't. That's an amazing amount of self-introspection from Lauren, especially from Lauren, who like doesn't self-introspect at all, and she like kind of lives in denial about a lot of her feelings. I'm very impressed that she is actually admitting all this to herself.
Yeah. Well, I mean, when you're alone, it's just you and your thoughts, right? So,
that's the real purpose of the lockup.
She's got nothing but time to be introspective.
Right? Locked in a little dingy room. Well, good. Keep staying there, Lauren, until you figure it all out. And now she hears March did an incredible job at the NSA. We wouldn't be here today without the information he collected. And she's like, awesome. I'm so happy that she like is like figuring it out. I was worried that because she knows March and trusts March and likes March, that she wouldn't be able to put the pieces together because she's, biased. So I'm very impressed that she was like sharp and straight on the ball.
Yeah, but like, I mean, she's already like suspecting him, and like things aren't matching up with him for her. And I feel like she knows it in her soul at this point. You know what I mean? So I think that, as I said, she's only got time to think about things by herself in there right now.
See, this room is doing her great.
Yeah, all we have to do to get Lauren to, like realize things, just lock her up by herself for a few days.
Just put her in a room and she'll figure out the entire thing.
I know.
She'll channel her inner Sandman and figure out the entire plot.
Yes. I was gonna say
sorry, Mem, in case you didn't know, I am number one able Sandman enjoyer, and Mem knew this from Mindy knew this, from our last session. So I'll always preach Sandman because he's my favorite character outside of like the main four.
Yeah. I don't know who my favorite character outside of the main four is. Like, I really don't.
Let's think about that.
It's hard. I have a hard time picking favorites for anything. So like,
yeah.
Like, kudos to you because I have no idea.
Tristan, I guess, maybe. He's a nice guy.
He's good.
I think he's the most good guy in this whole thing so far, as far as we know.
I think the one that interests me the most is probably Bella, which says a lot about my character, maybe, but like
So yeah, matching here ish. I mean,
I was about to say that.
Yeah. It's the same section of the color wheel.
Yep. All right, so Lauren gets back and Laura's like, what do you mean? And we hear, I'm one of the many NSA officers who have infiltrated the Phantom Science over the last few weeks by order of the right hand. And when I read this, I was like, 1 second, like, could she hear lies over the radio? Which turns out, yes, she could. So this is not a lie. And then she's like, what? March, a double agent? What the hell? How? And we hear, I was feeding them non-critical, gathering clues on this last delivery. And she filters around with the buttons because obviously the radio will, and with the, at crucial moments. And she's like, damn it. So he's been in contact with the Phantom Scythe. Is that how he knew about me? And she thinks back to their talk where he's like, just take it as a compliment. Haha, Lou's work is impressive. And it was yours when you worked in my unit. The proof that you aren't Luna is there. There's no reason to doubt it. Lie, lie, lie.
Liar.
Oh, boy. And she thinks back to another conversation. The APD and NSA have finally made progress. It's amazing news, really, for everybody. Lie, lie, lie. Oh no. Lauren is remembering.
Lying liar who lies and betrays everyone.
No. And she's like, I convinced myself, see, she's self-aware, that it was a lie because he hates Big Court. But what if he actually meant, and then we hear it continuing, that's precisely why I was useful to them. Turns out it isn't hard to believe that even police officers are fed up with the current situation. Coming up with reasons to hate the APD or Royals wasn't very difficult. And she's like fidgeting with her foot. She's like tapping. And then she thinks back to the conversation.
True,
what?
That part's all true, though. He's like, coming up with reasons to hate the APD or the Royals wasn't very difficult. That part was all true. He's speaking the truth there. That's what I caught on when I was reading this. I was like, oh, man's not lying. He really hates the Royals and the APD.
I literally made a whole post, like a long Instagram post a while ago about how March's view incrementalism differs so much from the Phantom Scythe. I am gonna eat my words. It was literally a whole thing how March is like, oh, we have to make a difference from within. It goes slowly. And then it's like Phantom Scythe just wants to do, radical change, and then they're too zealous for their own good. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I feel like that Tyra Banks meme right now. We were all rooting for you.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Wait, yeah, I'm like, okay. I was the heartbreaking part was like a little later, but yeah, she's just is off letting in. And she's remembering when she was in Herman's office, and she says, when he said, the court and NSA made sure to manipulate the public's perception, and after painting them as charlatans, the Snapdragon, to bury the very memory of them. But not everyone forgets, nor should they. I genuinely think that group wasn't in the wrong. And then in response to her question, involved in the Snapdragon? Haha, well, I'm here today, aren't I?
That is
wow. He betrayed the Snapdragon, and then he must have joined the Phantom Scythe because he's a betrayer. He betrays people. The worst.
Yeah. And this is like, I'm pretty sure it's mentioned that every survivor became an apostle. So things are not looking very good for March enjoyers.
I would say I was even an enjoyer. I just really, really hoped that there was somebody that was there for Lauren who was genuine, and he's the worst.
Well, here's my question. I don't know if this is the right time to discuss it, but just because he's in the Phantom Scythe doesn't mean he still doesn't care for Lauren.
Yeah.
And I don't know what his plans are for Lauren. He definitely doesn't want the leader. Okay, if he's a leader, but the leader does not want Lauren killed, right? That was made clear last episode. He's like, don't touch her or Kieran. So whatever his plans are, like, I'm willing to say that he has good plans for her. I don't know. I mean, he might be bad in other parts, but he might just really care about Lauren.
Yeah. And I was reading through the Discord chat before we got here. But like, he's probably like a lot of the thing, like when in like the very first episode when Kieran is sparring with Lauren, she says, why do people want to join? Like, it's a terrible organization. And he says, like, people believe like stuff when, you know, like people might not join because they're terrible people, but like they're just, you know, like coerced. And I think he's definitely someone who had good intentions but just got caught up in everything, and like now he can't leave, and he agrees with like some of their values, maybe not the ways they do them, because he doesn't seem like an evil person, like Redcliffe or you know, other people who are just like kind of just bad people. Like he's definitely not a bad person, I think, in my opinion.
I actually had this like conversation with my daughter this week where we called it like death by a thousand strings. Like you don't know when there's like one like piece of thread on you, but by the time you notice the threads, there's like 1,000 of them, and they're pulling you down, you know what I mean? So, and I've even had this conversation saying that just because somebody, you know, has like views, like this doesn't mean that they're bad people necessarily. They could be the ones who were like, you know, donating money to the poor or would like give you the shirt off their backs, but like, you know, they got caught up, like they were influenced by bad, and you know, maybe that they're still at their core a good person but are now doing bad things because that's what somebody convinced them, you know. So giving us some life lessons at the same time that we're reading this.
Yeah, I think that the Phantom Scythe are ideologues, and I think ideologues are very dangerous. Anyway, because you let the ideology override like practical considerations. Right. And it makes you, you know, be too idealistic, and you don't look at what's actually happening because of your idealism. If 15-year-old me would have heard my Herman talk now, I would have been like, I was very idealistic when I was younger. So
weren't we all?
Yeah. So and you know, she hears the truthfully that's still supporting that they're still around, and she's like, holy shit, his disdain for the court was definitely not made up. And she's like, she's like really anxious. And now Kim's like, yeah, I bet it's killing her not to know what's happening here. That's
a little nudge to Lauren, like, you're listening, aren't you?
Yeah, yes, Kim definitely I think that Kim was the one who like slipped her some equipment that was about to be thrown out that nobody would miss.
Yeah, and Tristan, sorry, like, all right, everyone, to your positions. And we have Will and Kim behind him, and March behind him. And Lauren, oh, this is the picture I need for the fast thumbnail. I just realized. So Lauren is on her radio, and she presses the button, and we are on the docks. And she says, Kim, Will, March is with you, right? I have a bad feeling about this. And Kim's like, looks around, her cute little face. And Will nods at her, and she says, and then Lauren's like, I'm not sure yet. I don't have any proof, but I'm not buying March being a double agent. And March is up front with Will. I kind of wonder if he like hears her. I assume not, but it's like also sus that he's there.
Yeah, I don't think so. Just because of stuff in like the last part of this episode where Lauren gets Kim to ask him something more directly, and he answers. Right. That's definitely like saying to me he can't hear her. I mean, Kim and Will can.
Okay, yeah. And Kim's like, why? Was he lying just now? And Laura says, no, but try to stay as close to him as possible. And Kim looks up, and she sees Will and March walking ahead. And Will looks back. He looks so worried. I feel so bad for him. He's like so on edge, but so reliable. I love Will. He's such a sweetie. Hold on. So now we see the SWAT team or APD or whatever it's called people. They are at the edge of these corrugated buildings on the docks. They have these massive shields. They have helmets. They have their masks or eye masks. And then the person with binoculars on top says, ship in sight. And Will and Kim are looking anxiously, and we see a ship through binoculars, and it is approaching. It's coming closer and closer. It's wooden. And then Will's like, something is not right. Sorry, Will, or is that? No, that's right. That's the binoculars. Look out. And it stops, and then an anchor splashes out, and you see the mast, and it looks kind of strange because there's nobody on board. And the boat is now moored and it's drifting. And Will asks, why is no one mooring the ship? As in, like, why is no one actually bringing it to the docks? You know, that's what people generally do. And Kim's like, looks like the deck's empty too. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Trap. Poor Lauren, she's so anxious. And she's like, oh no. And we see the soldiers approaching the ship. And someone with a bullhorn says, we are the APT. We're warranted to do a search of the entire ship. Please evacuate the ship immediately.
Killing me. It killed me earlier, and now it's going to kill me again. So
I love the suspense. I was very suspensified.
Like, I get scared more from suspense than I do like actual like scary things. It's the suspense that kills me. So I'm like anxiety is through the roof, even though I know it's going to happen because I read it earlier.
Yeah, I like it. I like this, you know, like we were saying before, there was a lot of fluff before, and the fluff is amazing, but I'm ready for the suspense right now.
This is why we read these kind of comics, right?
Mm-hmm. And Kim's like, he's coming out. And Lauren is just like, her expressions are getting progressively more and more panicked. I love it. I love her expressions. I think they're so spot on and so well done. I'm like, I love them. And she thinks back to a previous conversation. Well, too bad nobody was in there. It looks like they've been alerted and abandoned the premises promptly, leaving everything behind. And she yells, it's just like what happens at the mines. It must have been warned in advance. Oh, wait. Is she talking to Tristan too?
Maybe.
That is her talking, right?
Yeah.
So Tristan, Kim, and Will can all hear her.
Oh, so that's interesting because we've only been seeing Kim's reaction to, you know, Lauren's suspicion of March. But yeah, this looks like she's talking to him. That is interesting because for future episodes, I'm very curious now that if Tristan knows that Lauren suspects March, what's going to happen? Oh,
God. I actually didn't even realize that.
Yeah,
I didn't realize that either. Like, through my last read through, I guess I just missed that completely. But yeah, she does say everyone, so that makes yeah.
Oh no. And Tristan's like, damn it. So yeah, that sounds like he's hearing her. Oh my. Okay, which means he gave her the equipment. But yeah.
Okay, well maybe Kim wasn't the one stealing it out of the trash can.
Oh my gosh, she's so anxious. And Kim is like, her eyes widen and she's like panicked. And she asks, were they expecting us, March? Did they know we'd be here? She's yelling at him. And March is like, it's the 𝗵𝗵𝗶𝘀. When have they not anticipated our actions?
What a cop out. Liar.
Yeah. Oh my God, Lauren's face. I love this panel. I think this might be my favorite panel from this episode. Yeah. It's so good. Like, just the realization. Because he's always been kind of vague with his answers. I don't know if that's just because he is trying to not say something incriminating, or if he knows about Lauren. I'm gonna go with he's trying not to be super incriminating, because he does say things that like implicate him, and Lauren knows it. So like just the realize, because before he was being vague, but it wasn't suspicious to her. But now like his vagueness is like she's just like, so like she's like a light switch in her brain. It's just been like, oh my God. This is on purpose. He's being vague on purpose because I have so many feelings.
I know. It's terrible. Totally heartbroken. Totally. It was just like the punch in the gut.
Yep.
Stab in the heart. Everything.
Like bad. I felt it to my core when I saw that, and I was like,
it's just betraying us all. Not just our characters, all of us.
I know. All of us. We trusted you.
We did. We liked you. You were so nice. Oh, legit. So disappointed. It's like real, not even real, but I'm so sad. And Lauren's like, no, that answer is too vague. Once again, I was very happy that she is like on the ball.
Now she's catching it.
Quick on the uptake and insistent on getting at the truth. And Kim and Laura and Will must be listening too because he's reacting. So they look at each other in the eyes, and the man says, so whatever, bullhorn person says, I repeat, we are at the APD, but then
dead.
Yeah.
Rip.
He's been shot at, and his bullhorn flies out, and there's a lot of blood splurting out. Okay, well.
Which just goes to show, like, whoever the sniper is one heck of a sniper, because there was like what 2 inches of clearance,
right? It's between the bullhorn and the not even, because the bullhorn tilts up.
Yeah, but he's got a helmet on, so like the helmet and the bull, there's like that much room.
Yeah,
like one heck of a shot, man. Like, just saying.
Yeah. Well, we've seen Kieran shooting, so it's probably like a mandatory class in Phantom Scythe school to get a good shot at a gun.
Sniper school.
Sniper school.
Sniper school for the Phantom Scythe. Say that 5 times fast. Like,
Sniper school for Phantom Scythe.
Yeah.
Phantom Scythe sniper school. Yeah.
Oh, this poor dude. He's like propelled backwards by this shot. And then we have like a focus on Kim, Will, Lauren, Tristan. It's like, oof, boom, 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 boom. I like it. I love this panel. This might be my favorite panel. I don't know. There's a lot of really nice panels.
Yeah.
And Tristan's like, Unit A, take cover. Units B and C, begin operation now. And we have these people walking forward. And Lauren is like, she's like, ask March, did you know anything about this ambush directly? And Kim is like uncomfortable. She looks over at March, and she's not uncomfortable, which makes total sense because this is their trusted.
Yeah, she doesn't want that to be true either. Like, she doesn't want March to be the one who betrayed them all and basically signed her death warrant. Betraying betrayer who betrays. Like,
by the way, this is also why Lauren told them to stay close to March, because she figured, like, if March is sus, he's not going to want to get himself killed. So even if he plans for everyone else to get killed, he'll be safe. So stay close to March.
Right,
so, like,
right.
They don't shoot you. Oh my gosh. So we see the soldiers advancing towards the ship. They swing hooks on them, and they are pulling the ship closer. And someone says, cover us. And then there's shots from the ship, I guess, even though no one is visible, but they somehow are there. And the shields are protecting them. And someone says planks. They drop the planks onto the ship, and then they cross them. And Will says they were definitely waiting for us to come out. And Lauren's like, guys, ask him now. Which I'm like, yes. She's just like, she wants that.
Yeah.
And Kim turns around and she says, did you know anything about this ambush? And Marsh says, no, I told everything I know to the APD. And
a lie.
In red text.
Red. And Lauren like jumps up from her chair. She's like, he's lying. And Kim looks at him with shock in her eyes. And March looks at her with this, I don't know how to describe it, like bitter, resolute, angry, like resigned,
stoic. Yeah.
Look. And Lauren's panicked. And that's the end. March totally knows that they know. What do you think?
Yeah, he knows. He knows. He knows that they know that he betrayed them.
No. Why? Why do you do this to us?
I feel like I have to go. Sorry.
I said I wanted to throw my water bottle when I saw that.
Yeah. I feel like I have to go through the entire thing and like read everything again.
Right.
I could get a new perspective.
I legit want to read through it one more time and be like, okay, now we need to like study this now.
I'm so sad. Okay. Question. Do you think he's the leader or an apostle?
Okay. I think he's the leader. I think he is. Like,
that's it. Pretty good. Like, I'm just trying to think. The leader can't really just be some random, because it has to be like a betrayal.
Yeah.
So he's probably there's no other. I'm pretty sure it's confirmed that the leader is a male. There's no other like male characters that it could be, apart from Lauren's, you know, like Tristan and Duncan are the only real other like males that fit the thing, like or I don't know, like he basically what I'm trying to say is that he like fits it pretty well, like it's not an outrageous claim.
Right. Like the betrayal has to be real deep. It has to be deep, and so that's why I'm like, it's him. You know, like
I know.
My disappointment is immeasurable, and my day is ruined. So thank you, March.
Oh my gosh, I hate it and I love it. I hate it because like it's March, but I love it because it's dramatic.
Yeah, and it's like
great.
A reveal, like an actual confirmation. There's not a lot of those in the series so far. Like so far in Purple Hyacinth, we haven't had a lot of like super big reveal. Like even when we found out that Redcliffe was Apostle 7, there was no like super big dramatic moment. It was just kind of like implied a bit, and then they say like, oh, it's practically certain, like we know now.
Yeah,
there's no big panel like this one. So this is probably one of the first like super big reveals, and kind of proves that we are getting into end game, not like final season, but end game type territory.
Well, so I'm actually curious how it'll go from here, because I don't know, I kind of like in my head assumed that the mystery solving would go together with a phantom scythe, how down taking or taking down, but I feel like now we might get like a prolonged period of knowing the identity of the leader, but then how do we take them down, and the characters knowing, right? So I'm curious how that will happen.
Yep.
I mean, I really think that these couple episodes now, I don't know, it could be over in a second, but I do feel like we'll get a good punch with these episodes, and we'll have a lot going on in the next couple episodes, like action wise.
Yeah,
I'm actually giving, you know, you were talking about final season, and I just went to go look. So first season was about 49-ish episodes. The second season was 55. We are at, let's see, it started
at 50.
106.
Yeah. So I mean, who knows? Is it this is gonna be the final arc before the final season, or is this the final season? You know?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. There's definitely like if they keep going at this rate and they like take a hiatus after 50 or so episodes, and like the finale is super close, there's definitely another season, because there's way you can't answer everything in like
much. There's so much.
And so and all the like build up stuff like the ball and the parley will probably be the final season stuff, and like finishing everything off. So I'm really scared that the season finale is coming up soon now.
Yeah, me too.
I would think so, except I don't know where, but somewhere so said that this one's gonna be much longer than the other ones. So that's the only thing that, based on that information, we might have more time, but we'll see.
Still, I mean, it could be, you know, like they go in, they obviously it's obvious he betrayed them and stuff like that, and it could end with like him revealing himself as either, you know, one of the apostles or the leader, which I'm leaning towards leader at this point. And then that's where the new season is like, you know, dealing with like the betrayal that was March revealing who he is, and then going off and, you know, we'll see.
Yeah, there's just so many like plot threads that need to be tied up as well. So like the stuff about Bella being in jail, where is Darcy, is Kieran gonna get reprimanded for like kind of doing his mission a bit weirdly, like all the Phantom Scythe members being arrested, Sandman, his letter that he wrote, the cave thing, the skip, he's dead. So there's just so much stuff, and I'm like, there's too many, I can't keep track of them all. And hopefully they all like, oh hello, they all come together in a satisfying way, but I'm sure they will.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, sorry, my littlest one decided to come join us.
Nice.
But yeah, I'm actually scared
No.
for the end. Like, even though I know it's going to be longer, I'm actually kind of like scared for the end of the season. But we'll see.
Well, my most immediate fear is based on March's look, I feel like Kim and Will are not safe right now.
No.
Oh my gosh, I can't imagine. Why would March, are you gonna do something to Kim and Will, your best officers? Really?
Better not.
Why? Why did it have to be you? Oh, March, you betrayed us all. Not just Lauren. All of us.
Yep. I'm like, I hope so. There was like the stuff at the start where Lauren like freaked out when she saw the photo, and then there was a part, like, you know, I think it was like 50 or so episodes later, where she's like, I won't lose control this time. She's like, I'm gonna control my temper and my emotions.
Yeah.
So I hope she's still learned from that, and she's not gonna like freak out as much and like and ruin everything. Like,
Wow.
she's got to keep it like under wraps and not let him know that she knows that he's lying. So
I think their game is busted. I don't have much hope in Lauren doing that, but I appreciate the
I'd like to hope that she has some brains. I'm very happy that she did actually just say, ask him a direct question, because that's one of the things that is. So I was actually thinking about this. Like, it's kind of annoying in some ways where she doesn't just ask a question, but it's also like, she probably doesn't want people to know that she has this ability, and like people know that she has it. Like, Kim knows that she can tell when people are lying, but I don't think they know that it always works. So like, Kim probably just thinks, oh, she has like a really good like intuition, but they don't know that like it's like every single lie anyone tells, she can like figure it out, as far as we know. So she probably doesn't want to get found out that she has this like ability, so that's probably why she kind of keeps it under wraps, and she doesn't like just go to every citizen in the city and say, are you the leader? No, okay, we'll go to the next guy. Are you the leader? Because like that would be the easy way out, but someone would get suspicious and then like bad stuff would happen to her. So
hilarious. I love that plan.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
That's funny. She probably will be assassinated, but that is such a great plan. Just go through every single citizen.
I've got a great idea.
Are you involved with Phantom Scythe? Are you involved with Phantom Scythe? Are you involved? Like, that take a long time.
Wow. This chapter, it was a good one.
It was a good one. It was heart-wrenching.
It was very good.
Yeah, so Chaise and I chose our favorite panels, I guess. Do you have a favorite panel?
I don't know. There's so many good ones.
Yeah.
Maybe I think that one, like, I think the one at the end, honestly, though, is just amazing.
That's my second favorite, I'd say.
Just it's like awesome. That realization and that like cold sweat that she's got to have there, like as like her heart drops out of her chest. You know what I mean? Like,
no. Trying to think which picture to use for the cover, March or Lauren.
Good.
They're awesome.
With Lauren.
All right. Any other thoughts on the episode before we wrap up?
Nope. I'm just gonna go be sad and scared for next week.
No, I'm excited. Yeah. Sad, scared, and excited.
Excited too, definitely.
I just want to note, like, last time I was here, I was really hoping it wasn't March. We had this conversation, and all my dreams were dashed and ruined so fast. So fast.
Sorry. I hope your next dreams are better.
Probably not. I'm just gonna be crushed. I mean, you know, like literally, like the last picture is her holding a, you know, reader's tears. So she's doing this to me on purpose.
That's funny.
Yep. You've got the cup. I'd love an actual cup of that. I think it'd be really funny.
Yeah.
It would be funny. See if they'll put it on. You said that there was a shop, right before Christmas. Maybe they'll sell a mug that says reader's tears.
Yeah, she should have. Missed opportunity.
I agree. All right. Well, thank you so much, Chaise and Mem, for joining on this podcast. And it was great. It was sad, but it was great. So thank you so much and have a wonderful night or day.
See you next time.
Thanks. Bye. Thank you to my current patrons: Susie, Lady Libris, Lily, Molly, Veronica, Emily, Jo, Rochelle, Saucy Tuggles, Anne, Rose, Alexa, Misty, Joanne, Esther, 𝗏𝗏𝗡𝐺𝑖𝑔𝑦 People, Emily Jean, Kay, Lily Beckett, Christine, Sadie, Teresa, Mrs. Castaldo, 𝗏𝗏𝗡𝗀𝗏𝗏, and Alicia. Thank you so much. Your support is truly appreciated.